Hello and welcome to this week's live episode of Woodlands on Air, brought to you by Woodlands Online. I'm your host today for a special Labor Day Monday episode of Woodlands on Air. How do you know we're live? Easy, I can tell you right now. It's 81 degrees outside. It's positively frigid out there. It's only going to get up to 84, and you know what? May have a little bit more rain coming, but also this is going to be the new weather pattern. I checked the August stats, and believe it or not, not only was August the average is exactly as predicted, but also the same as last year. No, in fact, cooler than last year. No record-breaking heat, which some people were worried about. A relatively mild August, and it looks like we made it through without officially going over the 100-degree mark in natural high temperatures. So, yay us. Okay, let's talk about some events that are happening. Now, as I said, it is Labor Day Monday. Labor Day, of course, started as a New York City parade in 1882, led by a union. It was federalized in 1894. Oregon was the first state to make it an actual holiday. Originally, it was Labor Day Tuesday, and then someone got the bright idea, if we move it to Monday, we can get a 3-day weekend and kind of back up what we're celebrating. So, if you have the day off, not only are we jealous because the news never sleeps here at Woodlands Online, but also we hope you play it safe and responsible. Popo is out and about, and rightfully so. Do not drink and drive. Don't run red lights. They are out there in force. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Ryan Gables Constables, Texas Department of Public Safety, Shenandoah Police, Conroe Police, Oak Ridge North. They're out there, and they want to keep the road safe, like we do too. Okay, well, that's it for some PSA on Labor Day. Now let's talk about some events that are happening. It is Monday, September the 1st. That's right, the first day of September. And Kanga's Indoor Playland is having a special Labor Day party today. If you have a kiddo, head on out to Kanga's. It's indoors, it's fun, bouncy stuff, ball pits, all kinds of great things. Or if the kids are hungry and the cupboard is bare, head on over to Community Fieldhouse because kids eat free today. Just buy yourself a grown-up meal and get yourself a couple of kiddie meals for free. And if you're by yourself and want to eat well, Houston Restaurant Weeks is still going on. Ale and Ivy's taking part of it. Both the Fieldings, Wood Grill and Local Kitchen, are taking part of it. And also there are some special Labor Day buffets, brunches that are happening, like at a State Fair or the Audrey restaurant. So plenty of places to go out and eat today. Now, once you're all done eating, you think, how can I give back to the community? How can I make the world a better place? Well, the Woodlands Choral, looks like chorale, but it's pronounced choral, are holding auditions all week long. So if you have a voice unlike mine that's going out because of the allergies and have a beautiful, clear singing voice, the Woodlands Choral wants to hear from you. All you have to do is go to Woodlands Online, click on the Events tab, and find out all you need to know. Okay, now let's talk about tomorrow, Tuesday. Creekside Park is holding its Village Association meeting. So if you're a member of Creekside Park, go check it out and find out what the latest and greatest is. But maybe you're a member of another village and you want to send a mole in to find out what they got that maybe you don't. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm not telling you to do that either. It's Grandparents' Day at Learning Express Toys in the Alden Bridge Shopping Center. If you're a grandparent, head on out. They got special deals for you. They always do free gift wrapping. And this is one of those toy stores that it's not like, KB and Toys R Us. These are toys that all of them have educational meaning behind them, and they are amazing. Check them out. They're also even better, locally owned and operated. Big news for tomorrow, Tuesday. The Kevin Brady Library, grand opening. That's right. After many, many months of renovations and reconstruction at the Grogan's Mill Village Center, it's ready to open up. They're going to have a big ceremony, grand opening, and the library's moved in. Check it out. It's going to be gorgeous. Woodlands Online will be there. Hope to see you there. Let's move on to Wednesday now, Hump Day, and it's Women's Wednesday at Copandero Indoor Archery Pistol and Rifle Range. Now, ladies, if you're not a fan of handguns or weapons or firearms, go there anyways. They will teach you all about safety and proper protection. It's a wonderful place to learn all about gun safety. And ladies, if you're not, afraid of guns or whatnot, get on out there, buy some ammo, and just blow the snot out of targets. You'll be glad you did. It's great stress relief. Or if you don't want to shoot bullets but shoot photos, Precision Camera is hosting a Canon beginner class. They're holding all kinds of workshops and classes from Sony and Canon and Nikon, everything else. Check them out. Again, go to WoodlandsOnAir.com, click on the events tab, and find out what kind of classes they're offering. And if you want to get the little ones, if you're stuck with preschool age kids, they're not quite ready for school, there's a tyke hike happening at Rob Fleming Park on Wednesday morning for kids ages 1 through 6. Parents, you got to be there with them. Includes a scavenger hunt. It's a 1/4 mile. So for you, not too bad. For the kids, it's like going from the Shire to Mordor and everything in between. Moving on to Thursday now. You know what? As I hit my 60s, I wanted to choose serenity as kind of my buzzword. And what better way to get serene than learning Mahjong, right? I mean, it's supposed to be serene. And Mahjong Rodeo is a local business, and they've got Mahjong for beginners happening on Thursday. So if you want to get into Mahjong, and it's that tile game that you've seen, it's kind of like Asian dominoes, then check them out. This is a really great thing. Bands for Badges is happening. It's featuring Peyton Howie at Sawyer Park Ice House. This is where the Woodlands Firefighter Association puts together this big fundraising event. You know me and you know Woodlands Online. We love everything having to do with first responders. Anyone running into a situation that we run away from is tops in our book. And you want to support them, head on out to Sawyer Park on Thursday for Bands for Badges. Or you can, earlier in the day, head on out to Hughes Landing for ice cream with a cop. I think there'll be more than one cop there, or she'd be eating a whole bunch of ice cream by themselves. But yeah, it's happening Thursday and Friday. Check it out at WoodlandsOnline.com by clicking on the events tab. At the Pavilion, Nelly is playing along with Ja Rule and a lot of other people whose names I can't remember right now. But if Nelly's your bag, the Pavilion is the place to be on Thursday evening. And we also have football on Thursday. That's right. It's already started, high school football. We got Cypress Branch versus New Caney and Stratford versus Oak Ridge. And Woodlands Online, we have a full suite of sports. We have online presence on social, Woodlands Online Sports or WOL Sports. We have shows and videos. We do live stream broadcasts. You got to check out our sports suite. And hey, there's still a chance to sponsor it. If you want to sponsor it and give back to the community, sponsor a show and get your brand out there, let us know. Moving on to Friday now. So you have the kids. I'm telling you all about all these great things that may be adult related, and you don't know what to do with the kids. Well, hallelujah, because both the Woodland Sportsplex and Maximum Athletics are hosting Parents' Nights Out this Friday. So take your pick, take a few bucks, drop the little loved ones off, shell out just a little bit of money, it's worth it, and then disappear for a few hours. Leave the kiddos in the capable hands of these staff members. Do your adult stuff, and just don't forget to come back and grab the kids at the end of the evening. I'm not saying I ever forgot, but I'm not saying that either. Thank you, Woodland Sportsplex and Maximum Athletics, for doing that. And we have more football happening Friday evening. Oh my gosh, we got College Park versus Klein Kane. We got Conroe versus A-Leaf Hastings. Deer Park versus the Woodlands. Magnolia versus Grand Oaks. Montgomery versus Caney Creek. West Fork versus Cleveland. And Willis versus Klein Collins. I can't believe I said that all with one breath. That's a lot of football happening. And if football's not your bag, but you want to get saucy with it, head on over to Como Social Club at the Woodlands Waterway. They got salsa night going. And no, it's not the dip, it's the dancing. Believe me, now I know. And now let's talk about the weekend, moving into Saturday. So Condition 1 Combat Center. Unfortunately, school's back in session, and with that may come some new bullying sessions. Well, Condition 1 Combat Center is offering the Bully Proof Heroes Seminar. They're going to teach your kid how to stand up to bullies, how to best handle a situation. They use real-world tactics. It's just not all academic. We love what Condition 1 does. You got to check them out. And if you have a kiddo who may or may not be talking about being bullied, because let's be honest, a lot of times kids just won't talk about it, send them out there anyways. Let them know that there's options for them. Also on Saturday, this is amazing, the Woodlands Arts Council is hosting its annual Young Makers Market. This is happening at Market Street, and this is where young entrepreneurs and artists and craftspeople, like kids, set up booths and tables and sell their wares. You know me, I say buy local, support local, but by golly, if there's a kid selling it, there's not a lemonade stand that I don't love and stop for, and there's not a Young Makers Market I won't be at, shelling out my hard-earned money for some really good arts and crafts. You'd be amazed at what they've done. This is not just macaroni on a plate. This is some serious hardcore stuff. Thank you to the Woodlands Arts Council for hosting this. It's also all weekend long the 7th, I can't believe the 7th annual Montgomery County Home and Outdoor Living Show put on by Texwood Productions. It's happening at the Lone Star Convention Center in Conroe. It's free admission. Oh my gosh. But there are hundreds of vendors out there, and just anything having to do with home and garden, indoor, outdoor, residential area. You get to meet special guests from Garden Line and all these radio shows. Bring your kids. There's special kids areas. This is a place to be, and it's happening all weekend long. Get the details at woodlandsonline.com and click on the events tab. And finally, on Saturday, at the Pavilion, a lot of things happening in the Pavilion, but Parker McCollum is playing. Local music sensation, Conroe boy, Conroe High School graduate. I had the pleasure and honor of meeting him last year sometime. He stopped in at a Cane's, Raising Cane's, one of those chicken places, and was a really sweet kid. And boy, he has some great music. Check him out at the Pavilion. Well, let's wrap up the week with Sunday here at the Blue Lion Pub. If you haven't been to the new Blue Lion Pub, they used to be a little place at Grogan's Mill. Well, now they're on Ash Lane Way, kind of near Kirkendall and Woodlands Parkway. Well, they have live music happening like almost every night. They're just bringing in band after band. And this Sunday, where a lot of places kind of settle down, they got J.P. Lee playing. And if you haven't been to Blue Lion Pub, they have an amazing British menu, and it's authentic. I know, believe me, I've tried it all, if you couldn't tell. But I'm telling you, Blue Lion Pub is a place to be. It's also Concert in the Park on Sunday. That's right, the new season for the fall of Concert in the Park is happening. Now, we're 3 weeks away from the official start of fall, but with temperatures now hovering more in the 80s than the 90s, this is a place to be. North Shore Park, get there for Shasti, which is a 2000s tribute band playing. And finally, once more at the Pavilion, let's head on out there for the Kids Bop Tour. We've seen the commercials. We know Kids Bop are. This was actually supposed to happen later in the month, but it got moved back. Tickets are available. Your original tickets are still good. But there is no lawn seating for this show. This is important to know. This is not like you get to go in and sit on the lawn. They want everyone to have a great experience, so it's seat seating only. Well, that's it for some events that are happening. Now, I got to tell you, it was really hard for me to pick just those. This week is chock full of amazing events, way more than I could talk about, especially on a Labor Day Monday. You want to get out and do these things. You don't want to hear me talk about them. You want to do them. So go to woodlandsonline.com, click on the events tab, and find out dozens, if not hundreds of events that I didn't talk about. But I'm going to now take the next couple of minutes to talk about some news that's happening. So The Walk. What's The Walk? It's not The Long Walk, that Stephen King story being turned into a movie. No, The Walk is an annual gala, a walk like a runway walk, with modeling for Interfaith of the Woodlands. Well, they raised a record-breaking almost $700,000 to take care of at-need families in Montgomery County. That deserves a chest thump there. Well done, Missy Herndon and the crew at Interfaith of the Woodlands and all the people that went there. Woodlands Online was represented there that night. Just great news there. So, congratulations to 3 CISD students, Conroe Independent School District students, who were named finalists at the I Am Texas Writing and Arts Competition. Their names and their schools are on our story at WoodlandsOnAir.com in the news tab. Check it out. And speaking of Conroe Independent School District, looks like we may have a superintendent officially very soon. The lone finalist is Dr. David Vinson. Congratulations, Doc. We're assuming you're going to say yes to the offer and that no one else suddenly appears as a write-in candidate, and you get instilled soon and get to step in some really big shoes from Dr. Knoll, Dr. Stockton, and now we got Dr. Vinson on his way, hopefully. And today, September 1st, whole bunch of new laws went into effect that you may not know about. So you can check out our news story at woodlandsonline.com in the news tab. But, new laws include school choice laws and pay raises for teachers and fund distribution, the Parents' Bill of Rights, bail reform, squatter reform, felony reform, you name it. There's a lot of laws that have changed. You want to check them out because remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And you think, well, golly, how can I keep up with all these new laws? Stay tuned to Woodlands Online. We got you covered. Woodlands Online does human interest stories, political updates, governmental updates. We have marketplace, classifieds, job listings, cars for sale, blogs, videos, you name it, we got it. We're your one-stop shop for all things the Woodlands. Kind of a digital town hall. Well, that's it for me on this Labor Day Monday. If you like what you heard, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email to shows, SHOWS, at woodlandsonline.com. Until then, please, please, please be safe this Labor Day. I only want population growth over the weekend and not a deduction, okay? Keep an eye out for police. They're keeping an eye out for you. Don't drink and drive. If you go out, wear floppy hats and sunscreen. Stay hydrated. Don't text and drive. Make excellent life choices. And I'll see you next Monday.